Welcome back to Nondual Therapy. In this video I'm going to be discussing a DMT trip that I had yesterday. Now if you're new to this channel, I've been working with psychedelics and entheogens for quite a while now, trying to uncover who and what I actually am. Who am I, basically? I'm trying to answer that question. Now this experience was a lot different in comparison to other experiences that I've had with DMT. So leading up to this experience, I fasted for about 20 hours. So I have my machine. I use the machine to smoke DMT. So I'm filling up the chamber. And, it's filling up with smoke. So I take just a little hit. Usually I just do just one big one. But I just took a little bit. I was a little bit anxious, so I just wanted to get my feet wet. So I took a little one, and then everything in the room, got a little bit of color to it. The typical DMT visuals that I usually get. Not anywhere close to breaking through, but this is just a little bit, just a little teaser. And then from there, I did my big hit, my big inhalation. I took all of the smoke in, and I laid down. I lay in bilateral symmetry, so I'm open, neutral symmetrical position. I got my hands to my side. I have my eyes open, and I'm looking at the ceiling, and all the colors just like evaporate. Just everything becomes really clear. And then I ask, like, oh man, did I take enough? And then I'm presented with this doorway almost. Although it didn't feel like a doorway, but it was something I stepped through. Usually on DMT there's this blast off that happens, like a rocket ship, or there's a tunnel, and I'm just flying at it through infinite speed. But that breakthrough, it's been whittling away over time as I've been working with medicines and meditating and all this stuff. That space between egoic self and non-duality, I feel that space is getting thinner and thinner and thinner, and the thinner it is, the easier it is to cross through it. So yesterday it was just like stepping through a doorway. That was it. It was almost like an invisible membrane in a sense, and I just took one step forward, and then the colors were gone. So this usually happens. My hands come up and do these symmetrical movements. It's just the expression of the energy when I'm in a non-dual state. And there was these tracers behind my hands. I could see them in my periphery. Now if I were to look at them, I would break symmetry, because I would have to look at one of my hands if I put all my intention there. But I could see them in my periphery, and I realized that if I engaged my hands, I would break symmetry, and then I would engage the egoic pattern. But I didn't, and as soon as I realized that, then even the tracers were gone, and it was just completely sober reality. Except I was, doing my hand movements, and I was rolling up onto my back, and I'd roll forward, and then as I would roll back, I could feel energetic alignments in my back, just kind of shifting into place. And at least that's how it felt. DMT is usually pretty short, so I came to a sitting up position, and then I wondered, how is this going to end? How do I know that it's over? And then my body just naturally went back and laid down, and then my hands went down to my side, and I waited for a minute or two, and then it just felt right that was it. And I was able to break symmetry. But as that was happening, as I was laying back and I was just resting, I could tell the ego was reforming. Now usually, I don't do DMT very much, but the big experiences that I've had coming down from DMT is having 1,000 images, and they're all set to 50% transparency, and they're all overlaid on top of each other until I find myself back in reality in comparison to what I just experienced. But in this experience, I was focused on the breath, and I could tell that the ego was focused on the breath. But as the ego pattern was reforming, that was the first one that reformed, was just focus on the breath. So I'm not sure where that's going to lead to in the next few days. I don't know if the breath is the last thing that I need to let go of, because it's my tether to life. It's, I'm assuming that's what it is, but I don't know. I know the last time that I did 5-MeO, I do 3 rounds, so the third round I end up going for a walk, and I was in that God mode where my posture is nice and perfect, shoulders are squared away, I'm standing up nice and straight, I'm just walking just perfect, no pain in my body. And then as the as I'm going through the experience, the 5-MeO was wearing off. My shoulders are slouching forward. I could feel like hip pain and back pain, and I got some pain in my shoulders, and all that stuff comes back. But since that experience, I've really worked on my body. Like my wife ended up getting benefits through her company, so I've been able to go to chiropractor, and I've gotten a massage. I've started going to sleep earlier. I'm eating healthier. Like, I'm really starting to take care of my body where I've really neglected it. I've just been focused on my mental health. But since that last experience, I've really focused on my physical health, which I'm realizing is super important. So as the NNDMT, this trip that I had yesterday, as that was winding down, it was really focused on breath. Like, breath is it's super important. So I don't know where that's going to go, but I will share with you for sure. So anyway, that was my trip. Really no visuals for a DMT trip. It's kind of odd, but like I said, that gap is thinning. So it was the experience that I had. That's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.